All right, this is Calibos, and yeah, stuff. Everything has got power. Why are we not on? There we go. I did just start it up, so sometimes it's a little tricky. Anyway, we were working on reactors, big reactor. So we don't have flux networks in this, as I recall. I think it's one of the other ones. There's so many packs, and even if I'm only playing one, I forget what's in it. I do. So we need to go ahead and come over here and look at casings, not casings. Reactor. We're gonna need to make fuel rods. Like so, fuel rods. And we're also going to need to make control rods. Now, we should just be able to chuck that in there and chuck that in there. So I didn't look up any designs, so I'm just going to use my standard design, which is probably not very good, but you know, what the heck, right? I don't care. I just make it bigger if I have to. So let's look at quests really quick to see if we have anything for big reactor. Don't see anything. Oh, here we go. So we just need a couple more, and then the rest of this should automatically go. So we're going to need one casing core, one reactor casing, and control rod and fuel rod. So we're basically there. Give me the thing. So we want to make one of these. And we want to make one of those. And then we want to put these back in because we don't care. And one of those. So now, aren't we carrying a control rod? Did we not just make a control rod? Yep. Boom. Done. So let's grab a little bit of yellorium. We had graphite done. Why did that show up? I don't think we have any cyanite. That's okay. We'll make some cyanite. That's not gonna be a big deal. So cyanite, plutonium, we can make coolant port. Okay, so the coolant port is when we... So there's two kinds of reactors. There is an actively cooled reactor and a passively cooled reactor. So let's go ahead and dink around with power. So this section right here looks great. We'll put power there. How's that? Put the mouse in the wrong spot. Alright, so we're gonna make a pattern really quick so I don't have to do these things myself, because I'm lazy. So if we make polished, in order to make polished stone, we need to do, can we do it with andesite? No, we don't want polished andesite. So we want polished stone. There we go. And in order to do that, we need to go ahead and learn how to make bricks. Stone bricks, there we go. And that. So we'll put these in here. And now we can just go ahead and pull out stuff. Where's my building wand? Wand. Because we believe in magic wands. Ooh, that's pretty large. Let's do this side. Remember, our favorite command is wand oops. Because that's what happens when you screw it up. Wand oops. Is this not awesome? I think we're out of polish. We'll say 1,000. Go. Alright, so let's do this again. Why did we not pick these up? Did we not pick these up? Okay, we're also going to have to torch this up. So let's do that. That is not the thing. Torches, F7. Wow, that's going to be exciting if we had not lit it up, or not remembered to light it up. We would have had guests who blow holes in things. This seems fine. So there's water there, so we're going to put it here so that we can get the full height, which is going to be casing. So I like to make my starter one, I think, we'll start with 7 by 7. So we'll need 49 just for the base. So we'll go ahead and say 100 minus 2. And clearly I need to make some crafting CPUs. Wait, don't I have some, like, just sitting in the computer? Crafting processor. I thought I made some, but clearly I did not. That's fine. Whatever. See how it is. Whatever. So 64K. We don't have a recipe for that. How about a 1K? We have a recipe for that? No. We'll chuck that in. How about a 4K? Do we have a recipe for this? I'm gonna say no. How about a 16K? Do we have a recipe for that? We do now. So, about a 64K now. Alright, so let's make one of these if we can. We need Certus quartz. So, that's the wrong thing. Certus quartz. So we have charged, and this, and then we need some flint. Oh, I'm starving. Let's fix that, shall we? So sag mill, like I said, they work better when you have stuff in it. So a sag mill on its own can sometimes quintuple ores. Not quintuple, quadruple. So sometimes it's 4 times based on, you know, it will typically always double, but sometimes it will make it times 4. Certus quartz. So enrichment chamber will give you 4. That's good to know. Uses of this. Tiny TNT. Uses that. Uses of that. We convert it back into uses of that. We can. I don't know whether it's worth it though. So coming over here, let's see if anything is currently processing. Nothing is currently processing. Casing. So that gives us our first ones. So 52. So let's make another. Let's do that. All right. So while it's working, what the heck? Okay, that's better. So while it's working, we're going to put these down. So this seems fine. We don't need it to be super big, so we're just going to make sure we're lined up with not under that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know, right? Like it thinks that it wants control rods. It needs control. Alright, so one of the cool things about reactor casing is it's not spawnable for whatever reason. So if you decide you like the look of it, you could just make an entire floor out of this stuff and probably be safe. So, casing. Now, as far as I'm aware, I typically would make an X, but I have the understanding that a plus is better. So we'll do that. It's still 5 either way, and we'll just see how it goes. So I typically will make them 3 high. So we'll need 15. Fuel. Wow, fuel. So we'll need 15. And this is pretty much just a starter one. It's going to put us in power. It's not supposed to like be the be all and end all of power for us. Oh, right, because I made an extra one. That's right. I'm an idiot. So we're going to need 4 of those. Reactor. We'll need 4. So I've already miscounted because the idea is that the reactor would itself only be 3 high, but I guess we're going to make it taller because we can. I don't have creative flight. So typically I would choose to have access to the top if I could, but I guess this is the way we're doing it. So we'll just have to deal with it. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to say, I think of my power generating mods, not mine, but of the ones that I play, I think Big Reactor is one of my favorite. I mean, it does its thing. It's relatively simple. You know, it's awesome. Like, it's just flat awesome. I do not feel that. Let's put the power taps over here. I do not feel that mods have to be super complex. We'll put these here. Notice they're both the same color. If we switch one to outlet, then we're fine. To be fun, I want them to do the job. I'm not worried about making extras because we'll be using them for something. And, you know, I want to be able to just make it, you know, build it and move on. That's it. It's one of the things I used to like about Ender.io. Like, it was a little buggy, like the way that there were some problems with the way it handled transport across chunk boundaries with the I think we need diamonds now. Diamond blocks. How many diamond blocks do we have? Diamond 70. So that's 15 plus 12 plus 12. Might have enough. Let's find out. So this is probably not the best thing to do, but it works, and I don't have to muck around with using liquids that are going to teleport me everywhere, like some liquids that we don't like to use because they teleport you everywhere. There are probably less ostentatious ways to set up your reactor than just using blocks of diamond. But, you know, that's what we got. And it auto-forms. That is the other thing I like about it. Like, you can just tell. You can't see it very well, probably, but it has basically a 10 million RF buffer. I think it's 10 million. 10 million. So we're going to pull off of this. This has 3 out of 32 channels. So we're going to get a smirt. We're going to pull here. We just want to go. Ooh, I almost walked off the edge. Okay, so we want to do that. Let's actually do that and pull this out so that we don't have to work as hard at... So if you'll notice, it's not really happy about channels there. I mean, it doesn't really have anything to connect to, so I guess you may not notice, but it's not super great. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an export bus, which we need to teach the system how to make. And then we would like to export, and see the arrows are going in. That's where we're going to go. And then we're going to take yellorium, because we are auto-processing yellorium, so we just tell it to fill this with yellorium. And you'll notice that it is starting to fill up. And then we need an import bus. And we'll put the import bus here. Okay, we're also going to take an acceleration card and do this. We're only probably going to need one, because this... If this is going so fast as to need more than one acceleration card, honestly, it probably doesn't need any acceleration cards. Then we have bigger problems. So let's turn this on and see how much power it makes. So we're already at... So just about 69.7 thousand RF a tick. So I just want to point out, like, we're going to come over here and look. I just looked over at the thing and it's got a... Nope. It's got a... Yep. Okay, we're going to head upstairs and we're going to look. I'm not rhino shielding it because I do not wish to fly randomly off the edge. So coming over here, one of these produces 120. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have, what is that? 84. That's 8,400 RF a tick. So we are producing maybe 8 or 9 times that with this block. So let's check something out really quick. Actually, we'll call it here because it's been 25 minutes and you guys got to watch me build this, and I don't know how exciting that is for you, but we built it. We built this thing out of coal and steel. Anyway, I hope you liked the episode. We've stepped forward in power. We may actually be okay just dismantling the other power generation now. I'm gonna look up in the near future the extreme reactor power taps. So let's see. It claims that it doesn't have a cap on how fast it outputs energy. Interesting. Power cell. Now, our power cells, on the other hand, they totally have a cap of approximately 5,000. Now, we could make the better power cells, but that's, yeah. So for the moment, we actually cannot output energy from the reactor as fast as it makes it. How's that for silly? And there's some simple automation that we can put into place that will reduce our usage of the reactor and the fuel in it to what we are actually using. So for the moment, let's link these. You'll notice that we are kind of suffering on power. So let's do this. In, and in. So our power should cap silly fast. There we go. So activate that again. Watch our power just kind of like explode. Yeah, I think that about 70K is where we are. And that gives us an extra 10 million on our buffer. So yeah, I hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. Simple as that. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. I hope you folks have a great night. I mean, I also hope I can find the buttons, but there we go. We all have dreams.